Hey guys, how y'all doing? So here are my picks for UFC on ESPN, Moraes versus Sandhagen. And last week I didn't post picks, but if anyone wants to know, I hit 7 out of 10 and one draw. I missed the main event because I picked Aldana to win. I missed the co-main event because I picked De Castro, and I missed the first fight between Ayari and Luigi Vendramini, and I hit the other 7 and that one draw with the Jordanian Kulibao, whatever. But that was just that, and now it's so now it's this one. So Sandhagen versus Marlon Moraes. I have Corey Sandhagen TKO round 3. I think it's going to be one of those fights where every single minute that goes by decreases the chances of Marlon Moraes winning. If there's something that we've seen in his last 2 fights with Aldo and the one before that against Cejudo, was that, I mean, this guy has really no cardio. I mean, it's as bad as towards the end of round 1, he considerably slows down. He's a killing machine, as soon as the fight starts. But the gas, he's like a V8, like very powerful, but the gas goes quick. And I think Corey Sandhagen was pretty aware of this, and I think Sandhagen's gonna go, and knowing this, he's gonna put pressure on Moraes, a tremendous pressure on Moraes. That but at the same time, kind of like surviving and keeping his hands up. And then eventually the combination of the pressure and his cardio and overall his well-rounded skill, I think it will take a toll on Moraes. He will start to slow down and eventually he'll get finished round 3. Now, with that being said, if Moraes goes there and starches Sandhagen at the beginning of round 1, that wouldn't really be too shocking because Moraes has the ability to do that. But again, I think Corey Sandhagen is very aware of what Marlon Moraes can do, and I think he'll pick his shots. He'll keep the pressure on, be defensive, but eventually get a TKO in the 3rd round once Moraes is gassed. So Corey Sandhagen, TKO or KO round 3. However, that first round, I'm gonna go and give Moraes that first round is where his chance of winning are when he's at 100% energy, because he's a powerful guy. But Sandhagen TKO round 3. On the co-main event, we have Edson Barboza versus Mach 1 Amirkhani. I have Barboza KO or TKO round 2. This is one of those fights where, well, first of all, Amirkhani is taking this fight on short notice. I think like 10 or 12 days. He's not bigger than Barboza. He's not taller than Barboza. He's not faster than Barboza. The only thing that Amirkhani has better than Barboza are submissions. But kind of like some fighters, like for example, like Brian Ortega, I think he lacks the wrestling and the takedown ability to implement his submissions. Well, obviously, if he gets a hold of Barboza's neck or a limb, he'll probably submit him. But I just don't think he'll be able to do it. And there's a lot of factors too here. So Amirkhani, first of all, so short notice, he's not a cardio machine. If you watch his fight versus, at least, I mean, his last fight doesn't really count because it ended in the first round. But if you won the one with Burgos, he was very, very tired before the end of round 1, or by the end of round 1. And that was with the camp, So, kind of like the main event, I feel like Amirkhani's window of opportunity is round 1, where he's full of energy to be able to take Barboza down, and they're all dry, full of strength, to be able to take Barboza down and submit him. But if you look at Barboza's fights, there's only 2 guys that were able to take him down and control him many times. Those were Khabib and Kevin Lee. And I think both of those guys grappling and takedown ability are way superior to Amirkhani's. Maybe not submission, or maybe submission is on par, but takedown ability, wrestling, I don't think Amirkhani has anything in clinch work on Kevin Lee and Barboza. Barboza's coming from 2 losses, 2 split decisions, where in my opinion he won both of them, especially the last one against Dan Ige. He clearly won round 1. He clearly won round 2 as well. I feel like the last minute or 45 seconds where he was on top landing ground and pound was more than enough to steal that round. Because the second round was kind of competitive. It was back and forth on a stand-up, but those last 45 seconds gave it to Barboza 100%. Round 3, give it to Ige, but I don't see how that was a split decision loss. And then the one before that with Paul Felder, I think Barboza won as well. It was another split decision loss. And then as far as the striking, Barboza eats him alive in the striking department. I mean, whatever advantage Amirkhani has on the submissions, Barboza has it in the kicks, the explosiveness, the unorthodox. Every second that this fight says on the feet, Barboza is gonna be landing punches and kicks on Amirkhani, and there's no way that, and you know, coming from a full camp as well. See, there's no way Amirkhani's gonna go up there to trade punches with Barboza or even risk the stand-up. He's gonna go looking for that takedown, and I feel like Barboza's gonna be aware of it. So, kind of like the first one, like the main event, I have Barboza TKO round 2 after Amirkhani has slowed down and was not able to take Barboza down. So, but again, if Amirkhani goes there and you know, drops him with the punch and then submits him on the floor in the first round, that wouldn't be too shocking. But I have Barboza TKO round 2. And then Ben Rothwell versus Marcin Tybura. I have Ben Rothwell by decision. Ben Rothwell last fight was against Owen St. Preux. He won by split decision. But once again, I thought it was 29-28 for Rothwell. I thought he clearly won round 1. He dominated all round 2 other than one punch that OSP landed, and I just don't think that gives you a round. I don't think a punch undoes, you know, 4 minutes and 50 seconds of work. Round 3, yeah, I give it to OSP. Marcin Tybura's last fight was against Maxim Grishin, where if you want to see a fight where a guy, you know, people always accuse Khabib of being a dry humper. I mean, you want to see a dry humping fight? Go watch Tybura versus Maxim Grishin. I mean, first of all, Grishin shouldn't even be a heavyweight. He should be a light heavyweight, but he just controlled him, held him against the cage, and took him down and basically outpointed him into a decision. Tybura's striking is very poor, and I just don't see him having the strength to do that to Ben Rothwell. Again, he was able to do that with so much ease to Grishin, because Grishin is like I said, he shouldn't even be a heavyweight. I would be really, really shocked if he goes out there and it's able to manhandle Ben Rothwell the way he did Grishin. So Ben Rothwell by decision on this one. I think he keeps the fight on the feet and outstrikes Tybura into a decision. Because Rothwell's not really a finisher when it comes to punches, so Rothwell decision. Then Marcus Perez and Dricus du Plessis. I also have du Plessis by decision. Not once have I been impressed by Marcus Perez abilities at all. Like, his striking is super slow, very basic. His movement is also very slow, very basic. And he throws unorthodox stuff, like spinning back fists, spinning kicks, but it's like super slow and super ineffective. this guy Duplessis is making his debut, but the few fights that I was able to see him in his previous organizations, he looks like just the way better striker. Period. This is a very simple fight between two strikers where I think Duplessis is the better striker, the faster striker, more crisp, more technical, versus a guy that, again, in Marcus Perez, that does not impress me. If you watch his fight, there's nothing impressive about this guy. You can't even give him talk about one-punch knockout power or very fast hands. Nothing, just an average, slowish guy. So Duplessis by decision. Then Tom Aspinall and Alan Baudot. Aspinall, brutal knockout, round 1. I feel like this is a big mismatch. The odds just keep dropping and dropping for Aspinall. I think he's almost at minus 400 right now. His boxing is amazing. I mean, for an MMA guy, his boxing is pretty damn good. Yeah, versus a guy who has fought a whole bunch of nobodies, and looks like they all look Japanese or something, or Chinese. Aspinall, brutal knockout, round 1. His boxing will make the difference. I think it's gonna be quick, very quick. And then Joseph Zalal versus Ilya Topuria. I have Joseph Zalal by TKO round 2. I just, once again, Topuria making his UFC debut, and Zalal, I just think he's the most, I think he's the better striker and good enough with a takedown defense to keep the fight standing and force Topuria to stand up and trade, which is not his thing. Again, it was kind of hard to find footage on Topuria, but the little footage that I found, he's not bad. He's not bad, but I think it's gonna be one of those things where, I've been wrong before with Prochaska and this other guy. I just don't think that the quality of the people that he has fought comes any close to the people that Zalal has fought in the UFC. Zalal is not. The thing is, Zalal is also taller and he has more reach. And again, I think Topuria likes to take you down and submit you. That's his thing. Most of his wins are by submission. I think Zalal will be aware about this, and he'll keep the fight standing and and pull a decision. I'm sorry, Zalal TKO round 2 actually. So I have Sandhagen KO or TKO round 3, Barboza by KO or TKO round 2, Rothwell by decision, Duplessis by decision, Aspinall brutal KO round 1, and Zalal KO or TKO round 2. All right, guys, have a good one.